The boy quietly placed his phone inside his grandfather's coffin. However, the eerie thing was, just 3 days after his grandfather's burial, the boy actually received a text message sent from his grandfather's phone. The boy quickly told his father about this, but his father believed it was absolutely impossible. The text message might just be an error code, but the boy firmly believed that this message was sent by his deceased grandfather. The father had no choice but to tell the boy that his grandfather's body had been confirmed by the doctor and there was no way he could come back to life. However, no matter how the father explained it, the boy always firmly believed that his grandfather was still alive. The next day, the boy rode his bicycle to his grandfather's grave. He took out his phone and called his grandfather in the tomb. Unexpectedly, the phone actually rang from underneath the ground. The boy was instantly frightened and quickly left the cemetery. The next day, the boy came to the house where his grandfather lived before his death, recalling the more than 10 years they had spent together. The boy was deeply saddened. The boy had once curiously asked his grandfather why he was so wealthy, but chose to move to this remote and poor place. His grandfather said he wanted a quiet life because people always used to ask him for help before, and he always obliged whenever he was asked. He felt very tired of that kind of life. However, if the boy ever needed his help with anything, he could just ask. His grandfather would do his best to help him. Could it be that the text message was really sent by his deceased grandfather? Thinking of this, the boy felt both fear and warmth in his heart. A week later, the boy was bullied by bad kids at school. When he returned home, he dialed his grandfather's phone number and cursed the people who bullied him over the phone. Unexpectedly, the next day, as soon as the boy arrived at school, he saw the police. What shocked the boy was that the posture of the person who bullied him lying on the ground was exactly the same as when he was knocked down yesterday. After the police left, his family was crying beside him. The boy didn't feel the pleasure of revenge in his heart, but instead fell into deep self-blame. He had just made a few casual complaints, but he didn't expect such a terrible thing to happen. At night, the boy lay in bed and thought of the phone call he made to his grandfather. Could it be that his grandfather really did it? So the boy dialed his grandfather's number again and said over the phone, "If you did this, please knock on the wall." The boy waited for a long time, but there was no sound of knocking on the wall. Just as the boy was lost in thought, a phone ring suddenly sounded. The boy was startled. This call was from his grandfather. Although he had a deep affection for his grandfather, he didn't dare to answer a call from a dead person. When the ringing stopped, he slowly picked up the phone. But the next second, his grandfather sent him another text message. What on earth was in the text message that made the boy so scared? Interested friends can go watch the original video.